Just a final question.
Yeah. So you see, he visited to the FOCA, to the China Africa Forum, has now got China excited with the new commitment to come do this project. They are in town already. You call the Minister of Public Works, he will tell you the Chinese government don't waste time when they say they want to do something. But when you step on their interest, then you're in problem with them. Now, anytime we want to do anything on the global stage, the first question we should be asking, what's in it for us as a country and people? And if what's in it for us is good as a country and people, if other countries benefit from the trickle-down effect of our vote, okay. But we must never again vote on something that will hate ourselves as a country and people.
So,
please.
Liberia is in trouble. But I tell you this, I still repeat, if the president refuses to change, then the government is in trouble. The government, if you finish this government, let's thank God. Because as from next year, it's have to be fluctuating. And all the people that is in the government, they are liars. All of them. They don't know why they are there. They don't know what they are doing. They don't know the reason of staying in that system. They are just pushing the vehicle like this. They don't know where the vehicle, they don't know where it's going. So the forefathers of Liberia, they are in pains. It's very regrettable. Even the former president, Syphilis, is even regret having this person as a president. So that is just it. They believe that George Weah is too much for Liberia. That is the man who have brought transformation to Liberia. That is a man who have turned Liberia to mini London or mini US. And he will have done it in second term. But they don't understand. They are angry with him. They believe that he's against them. They believe that he doesn't like Liberians. That's what they believe. That's what they believe. You say Liberia will be zero in sports. Zero. Tell me something. Zero. When I go to Nations Cup now, go to Nations Cup, let's see. Let me see you Nations Cup. Go to Nations Cup, I'll give $500,000. If you qualify for Nations Cup, I'll give your national team $500,000. I promise. Your national team, you are experiencing Liberia now. If you don't know, in 2 years' time, Liberia will be worse. Will be one of the worstest country in the whole world. What I mean, worstest country in the whole world. If the Liberia will not protest against this government, tell me there is no God. If Liberia will not begin to cry, coming together to cry and said, we don't want you again, leave, resign, tell me there's no God, I will never serve God again. I am a prophet of God, and I'm talking as a prophet. Right? The hardship, you have not seen that ship now. In 2 years' time, you will see the hardest hardship you have never experienced. Liberia will drink dirty water, and they will be thanking God for drinking. That is the kind of president you have. This president does not have anything. He doesn't have any template. He doesn't have any roadmap for the nation. They just force him there. It was rigged election. Rigged election. It was forced on you people. Was forced to be president. So, and the people who connive to do all of this and put him there, right? US.
You mean US, the United States?
United States. They are involved in this election. I am telling you, not politically, I am telling you spiritually, what I foresaw. It was rigged. Totally rigged. And now they have seen it, that this person does not know anything. This person cannot help the nation. This person cannot put the nation right.
And the government need to really invest. The people that use that really infrastructure. They come say you really go and just be giving you $1 million for the budget year every year. They give $1 million. You impact a lot of things.
If our president
We will miss you. We will miss you. In my country, Confara, Senator Johnson, we will miss you. Yelupe, we will miss you. I say, my country, we will miss you.
How would it go different? No passion for the government. Then we know Joshua will put the millions men in the whole world.
Yeah.
It's not me, the government. After what they mentioned,
No.
we have to take all things to do because she's for having the facility.
Yeah.
How would it go different? No passion for the government. Then we know Joshua will put the millions men in the whole world.
Yeah.
It's not me.
Connections there, you not get it. Yeah.
We are not connection.
Yeah. Just say that don't all kind of things that just happen here. You know, I'm sure you know he no tea.
And he was trying his honor enemy. Aaron did not want him to become president. So Aaron did not introduce him to 11 leaders. Aaron was doing control of our own. So he started to come to the country. He kept him in his life for 12 years according to Burton himself.
Yes, yes.
That means he was not empowered to meet any leader. When we African leaders, themselves support in the West.
Yes.
All African leaders will not support in the West. All African leaders will help another African leader with money for the government.
Yeah.
In the West. So there's nothing back on that.
I pray you more rest in peace. Report them will set you free. Don't cry, little boys. Amen.
Exactly.
Yo.
That's why we will return. Every senator will give 3 million or so to talk about the break. What do for your country? What's on your mind? What is happening? And Dylan came on the stage to speak on the people. He said he will bring another bill to reduce our salary.
Yeah, he said that.
All right. So I put in the chat room. I said, Dylan, the civil code, Dylan has yesterday informed us about a pending bill that will reduce our salary. There are burning issues in the country. The rescue mission has started to fail by the missteps they are taking.
Mm-hmm.
He's not addressing those. It's in the chat room. He's not addressing those issues. The financial malpractices in the past and now, it's even worse. I mentioned in the chat room. We want to reduce our salary that we're making by law.
Mm-hmm. By law. Yeah, by law.
By law.
By law, yeah.
We're breaching the genuine law. The genuine people that the ministry that we are saying at genuine, the central bank, the LTA, they came there and broke everything down by yourself. Supreme Court rule against your one violated the Supreme Court ruling. Then you want to process money and cheat to LTA. You're not talking about that. They remove the army enforcement by law. They're not talking. They remove the central bank and resident suspended. So you're suspended. They should put the next in command Simbank in charge of the investigation.
Yeah.
But bringing somebody from outside, you're sacking there.
You're sacking person, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're not addressing that. So that our salary you wanted,
Then he replied and say, I will address you accordingly in time.
Look at
Wait and
it.
see.
Look at it.
Yeah. So I said, Dylan, go ahead. Reply. Continue as a labor. Is it Chinese labor? Or we can have because it's dean. Until now you say we're making more money. We're riding expensive vehicle. We're riding even more cars than
No expensive vehicles.
yeah. I'm principal.
That guy is a serious problem.
See what I want to. I say you got co-proximity with the president when you travel to your bro. So all the alliances you're packing, you get money. The budget will pass, they money, the million missing. They want this one. They want shelter, so nobody knows where shelter is. So you got plenty money now, our own money by where you work on. You're not addressing no issue, the road issue, you're not addressing it. And you have to 22 million to go face pay road at Georgia already did before. No quota, no nothing. No deal. I didn't go in there.
Who will tell with him? Who will tell with him?
It says then he has not replied, they're voting for him to reply. Who are behind the so-called Soya white who are blocking the all over the country? As they were Soya white. How many Soya do we have for the right to cover the entire country blocking road? But that is in the line, you go there, you could get corner.
Wow.
Because they wanted Prince Johnson out.
Prince Johnson, yeah.
They caught in the shots. They caught in the shots. So I told him, I said, Dylan, you're being money. You came here to fight people. And your fight is not lawful.
Let me say good evening to all of you wherever you are. It's great joining us tonight right here on this very day, and we are right here together. It's just 70 minutes past 8 is the time check in Liberia, and we are forever grateful to the Almighty God and that we are here and working together for the good of our country, and no matter what the circumstances are or will be, and I think for sure we are certainly getting there, and with God all things are possible. So we are forever grateful, and that we highlight all of the issues relating to our country, and we are forever grateful to the Almighty God for everything, anything that we do, and we'll remain forever grateful to the Almighty God. So we are here doing what we can for our country, especially in the society as such where we are. And it takes bravery and for us to do what we are doing. It calls for courage and for us to do what we are doing. So we are forever grateful to the Almighty God for whatever it takes. And we are excited that we sit right here and we do what we can. So welcome. This is Kings 88.5. And I face the issues on the program. Face the issues. We don't discuss personalities, but issues involving personalities. But when personalities do their thing in front of those issues, we don't in any way hesitate, but rather we tear you apart. And most likely, like we've always said, in all that we will do, in tearing you apart, we know that it goes with pain. And normally we will tell you sorry. But that sorry does not carry the indication that we regret our actions. So we are forever grateful to the Almighty God. Let me say pre-congratulations and to my friend and brother, Dwayne Nimle, and his beautiful wife, Finda. And they will be coming up tomorrow. And excited and working together as husband and wives. And we are going to be there with them on tomorrow. All right, so we are right here on this very day, grateful to the Almighty God. We are happy. And we thank God that we are here tonight to share with you our thoughts. Whatever we say at our opinions, but we assume some level of authority owing to our educational background as well. So there are things that we say, and we are schooled in those areas. We were taught, especially, to know how to do what we do. But again, I will get to that later on. But let's just do some brush up as we are going. Because tonight is going to be a fasting. You know, when a nation or the state is in a state of confusion for others who want to confuse other people, then it becomes our business to help each other out. Because sometimes I may be confused at some things. I will call you up and say, what is this? You know, sometimes some people, they have their areas. And I always told you about this word they call amorphous power. OMORPHOUS, amorphous power. Amorphous power is that power that is assigned to you specifically because of specific things that you are just able to do. So all of us here, even in the journalism profession, they have judicial reporters. And so now the judicial reporters, they don't just sit back, but they study the law. They may not be loyal themselves, but they try their best to study the law. So when it comes to their power in interpreting what may have been issues that are evolving in the court, we can assign them there for that, day for that. So anything that happened in the court, you tell them, say, like our judicial reporter, he's responsible for that. Like power area there, that what we call amorphous power. That power is a power that is assigned to you to do specific things that indeed you are capable of doing and you have the capacity to deliver on. So that's what we call the amorphous power. So like you are in your community and they say certain breakup, certain health situation. Who are you going to look for? You're not going to look for Taylor. The tailor doesn't have the amorphous power to help you in the wake of the health situation. You're not going to look for a driver. No. You're going to first of all ask, who's the medical doctor we have here? That's the person's power. And they have. You can exercise that. And they are in the back, but of course, it helps with that. And so I think for sure, no matter what the circumstances are, we are certainly, we are certainly getting there. And with God, all things are possible. Let me just try to share some things with you before we can get on to why we are here tonight. Mato, what's up? How's everything? He said, Indomitable Mato. How's up? How's everything with you, my brother? So, there are a lot of issues out there. And what happened today is not strange to some of us. But the strange things that happened today is what we would like to hit on first before we go. But before we can go, we want to tell you that our cash giveaway continues. So with just 200 or 150 LD, you can get 20,000 for any of the winners that I will do the draw for tonight. Anybody. Today is Friday, remember, right? So we gave 20,000 to any winner that will do the draw for tonight on this show specifically. So that is what it's going to be. So you just have to have 200 LD or $150 Liberian dollars in your phone, so that you win some money while we are going on. And Sarah, why you get problem with me wearing JMB? They hire for JMB. He just thought that when he wear, he was going to be clever. That the problem with him, not knowing all along they had here enough for people who not clever, dull people. That they had here that what you see in countries, you know, the cardboard hat, you know, the cardboard, right? They call it one the cardboard hat. You see that? Those are smart guys, and they used to wear JMB when you wear. You just thought that you can be no. It's not the clothes that can make you fine. You must already be fine before the clothes can make you fine. JMB just thought about wearing the cap here, it will make clever, it will make something. Not knowing, not just know anything. That's the problem. So they cut there not for him. It's for people who know something. Yeah, but he just thought about wearing it will make you to know something. Now the cap can make you to know something. But the people who know something already, they don't want to go for the cap to put it there. That's why I'm using it for. Why can't they have resume? We used to call it kind of hat, then cardboard hat. Yeah, cardboard hat. Then why you wear the kind of thing there. Yeah, the cardboard hat now JMB. What kind of JMB? You also smart cardboard hat, and you say what thing, you know. And it's yeah, left for me to talk to the paper. Why I can just make sure the paper ni wow, when I'm on my show, you can be calling the paper ni. I can just forget about the paper and move on with my life. Then you can be calling a name for what? Yeah, stop that, man. Let the old man rest. I won't say him rest in peace because that peace aspect I can't. Let the old man rest. I leave that thing there. Say why you can't get me? You clever. Say I want to be clever than you. So I get all the colors of the hat, Saros. Don't challenge me. Oh. I will bring the other one tomorrow. I'll bring the other one. I'll bring the other one. I'll bring the other one. I bought everything in South Africa. Thing that Nelson Mandela then used to be wearing, smart people, then Google people, then people like, hey, I used to see Martin Luther King here. These are advocates. Oh, you want you to see Martin Luther King here? Martin Luther King used to wear it here too. That the kind of people that will learn it in them from. That they way back, yeah. That the people who were really correct. Yeah, that didn't want used to wear it here. That what we are wearing it. That because you not correct, you can wear it if you looking like again, made you to look like you correct, but it's not that you correct. The thing that come from inside you, that one will know whether they had here you're supposed to wear it or not. Now you're gonna determine whether bloggers are going to wear it or not. You're not going to be wearing it because every time he wears it, nothing good can come up. It's either you fainting or you getting sick or you what about that kind of thing. And now they had making it like that. He said just like that, but he just thought the heart could help him. The heart can't help people. So now, so we are certainly getting there, and yeah, left flower. Yeah, left flower. It will be my woman. I'm a paper there. Oh, you know that one. I'm a woman there. So, so you leave that one there. But anyway, we're here tonight, my people. You're listening to something tonight. Before we can get on to this, because we have two things we're talking about here today. The one I come to talk about, and the issue about the Supreme Court ruling, we got to talk something about it to tell you what the interpretations could mean from legal perspective. Because what I normally do when the opinions come up, I call up former lawyers, active lawyers, and then I talk to them before coming on the radio. You know, most often, and some of them may not want to come up to speak because the kind of society that we're in, that's why I say it takes courage for us to do what we are doing. Because the opponent kind of thought now you will say they're looking for a job from government. Or when they thought the other way, you say, oh, the opponent, because government not getting a job, that's why they're talking the kind of way they're talking. But government will not get a job. That kind of fully thing, that's why you can be talking. Sound people from sound background. The moment you call them to come and speak and give their opinion on issues, it depends on where it falls. If they talk and they favor government and say that job that other men looking for, or they talk and say, no, this is not fair. The other one say, that one because you are looking for a job, they're not getting it. Why you kind of fully today? You'll be talking. And you can just forget about the issue and jump to something trivial. So as a result, some people not let noise. So they just leave it. So what we normally do, especially I'm in that terrain of the law, because you know what? There's no way you can practice law without citing the Supreme Court's opinion and interpreting it for yourself before you carry it, even to the magistrate. Before you do citation before the court, you must understand why you're going to cite before the court. So every lawyer, so every time you see us go to school and they say practice, it starts with studying. They study. Because all those things that you see us doing in law school that are so case briefing we can be doing, because that where you should start to understand the interpretation of the court's opinion. That everything they can teach you from the day you enter law school to the time you left law school, everything that's so-called opinions you will be. They will assign their case. They say, come and tell why the court took a decision, why they weren't happy. Everything for the 3 years we went to law school. And 4 years, or whatever it is that you have to be there for. That's so-called interpretation you're going to live with. If it is labor law, the interpretation. If it is constitutional law, the interpretation. If it is issue about insurance law, the constitution, the interpretation. That's all we can do down there. Nothing else. So nobody will come from law school and they say they graduated from law school and they tell you, say, they're not able to comprehend a case, an opinion of the Supreme Court, because the only basis you're going to stand before a magistrate or a judge that is seeing Supreme Court opinion, then you're going to be carrying there. That the thing that you're going to be citing. So how are you going to cite it if John Brown came to me and credited, and when they explain to you, say, oh, John Brown credited this, that. You think what kind of law you want to cite? That is in Supreme Court opinion. If you don't understand it, how do you cite it? Because tomorrow when you finish making your application before the court, the judge will tell you, say, you get 5 minutes to argue. How are you going to argue when you can't interpret it before the judge? Or the magistrate will say you can't argue. Or you came up to say, you know what? Honorable magistrate, I have a petition, I have a minutes to spread on the records of the court. I want to ask for continuance. I want to ask for enlargement of time. I want to ask for this. I want for you to dismiss this case. What are the grounds? Sometimes you look at the statutory law and you look at Supreme Court opinion. So the judge now tells you, or the magistrate says and tells you that indeed, oh, you know what you do? You can argue. I'll give you 5 minutes. Though the argument is for the court, but it tells you can argue your motions. What are you going to say? You're not able to interpret. So how are you going to convince the magistrate or the judge? You can be a dull student. You say you come from law school. No, there's no dull movement in law school. No, you got to know it. That's why they say no dull moment, because you must and should know it at all costs. So interpretation is our work. For the day you start in law school, that interpretation you will start working with. In fact, that everything about your whole life, that interpretation. So what a big deal about it. Except somebody want to what they call you here and there, but we want to say we are grateful, and to the Almighty God, that God was able to help us to go to that level. And some of us didn't go there for the money. That's the difference between passion and just money. We went there with passion. It's not about just scoring grades because we want our names to be caught. No, we tried our best to understand that the little seed that we score will be able to defend it. Because the public you're going to be representing out there, they don't care about the A's you score. What they care about most is how adequately you are going to represent them. And that adequate representation rests in comprehension of the law, understanding the law, the interpretation of the law, so everyone knows it. So that's one thing. So that's why it is. So you got to know all of that. So you have to be very much careful at times. And I look at that. So what we have done is that to interpret that law now one main thing. If you get a case, you can call your friend. They see with medical doctors, they can confer with one another. They can tell you, say, Chief, I get the other matter here. How you can build? Then they say, yeah, do this. Administer the same thing in law. We can consult each other. So one more. I get plenty of fathers that be in law. I get plenty of papa that are in law. Fathers who follow me. For the day I was even on radio and stay green, and I will not, that day they won't even encourage me, say, AB, continue, you will be a good person. Right? So I have fathers. I have teachers whom I stay talk to when you kind of thing they come up. So we're always there, and we'll try our best to help you out. But don't think that we come here with all the knowledge from our head. No, we talk to other people and help us. So that when we come with full backing of those people. It's very important that you know that. But before we can go there, let me share with you something your government is doing that will affect you for July 26, especially for the civil servants. So there's a circular that is up from the government of Liberia that will affect you people for 26, all the civil servants. The reason I'm bringing this up so that when your parents say, oh, no money, or we not get good money, or this, that, here, and there, you're not telling them say they lie. You don't tell them that they lie. You know, I like for people to know the truth so that when anybody tells you anything, you can know exactly how to counter it, which is very much important. So the circular came up on today. The circular came up on today from the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. So they said here in the circular, and I'm trying to share with you here. Sorry, let me try to share with you. I saw my junior brother or my small brother, how they call him, Kuba passed away. He said that austerity measure. I say, you know what they call austerity. Well, to play tonight is *79 and *25#. Remember that. *79 and star. I told you to save the Friday code. The 20,000 Friday code here is *79 and *25#. Just try to do it. Save it. *79 and *25#. Just say Jackpot Friday. King's Jackpot Friday. Save it like that. King's Jackpot Friday. King's Jackpot Friday. *79 and *25#. That one part is not changing. Right? The three wise men I told you for Wednesday and Thursdays is *79 and *100#. Save it like that. For Wednesday and Thursday, three wise men. Or you say TWM. Three wise men. 3WM. Finish. Just ease the stress of you. Or you can just send that thing to somebody and tell them say that the code there. Play with it. Play with it. You have to share it. And each person I will give out tonight, I will do the draw for automatically. You're going to get 20,000. So, and I'll call you up so that you can get that, which is very important for you. Yeah, we certainly get in there. So with God, all things are possible. For me, I don't joke. I tell the people and say, I want people that suffering in the country. More people don't get jobs. So this small money they can make them to look like they get a salary. They can settle some problems. You know what it takes to get a 20,000 now in Liberia? Do the conversion. Yeah, so you do the conversion, you will know exactly where we are getting as some people, which is very much good, and I think it's good for you. So this is what there is a circular that came up today. It says here, dear all, circular to heads of ministries, agencies, and commissions. They said I present compliments by directive of the Minister of Finance and Development Planning. Please be informed that there is a temporary adjustment. They have decided to adjust something. What is that adjustment? Now listen to this. There's a temporary adjustment in the fiscal rule for processing government of Liberia salaries. They said the adjustment in the fiscal rules for processing government of Liberia salaries. Right? The adjustment I'm coming to tell you. Civil servants, you listen. That you are talking to now. You people used to be crying all over the place. You see what coming happen to you now? For this December. Listen, I don't know whether it's December, but they say until further notice. So it may be something that will affect you continuing and going forward. Now, that is what they said here. They said the rule, they say current salaries are processed to the proportion of 80% United States dollars and 20% Liberian dollar. How the CDC left it. They will give you 80% in US dollars, then 20%. I think the 80%, 20% here started on a Unity Party and CDC continued. Yeah, it started on a, yeah, I remembered. We have both LD and USD accounts. When I was at the Ministry of Youth and Sports before 2017, and I had to resign in 2017 for the Ministry of Youth and Sports, we have both USD and LD salaries. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, sure. It started from there. So it was something that they had. The CDC came and continued into that. So it was 80% in USD and 20% Liberian dollars. That is how it is. CDC took it from them and they left like that until CDC left. Now, they said they are doing adjustment. What is that adjustment? Is it beneficial to you? Because any adjustment that will be made, we expect it to be beneficial to you. That's why they came to power. They didn't come to adjust downward. They came to do adjustment. And that adjustment should carry on upward mobility. Not downward. It has to go up. Any adjustment should be something that will take you up. Because where you were drowning. So any adjustment that will be made now is to resurrect you, is to rescue you. It's not to keep you, it's to keep you deeper under the water. No, that's not why it is. So this adjustment, let's listen to it, whether it is helping you or it will not help you. Listen to this. This is where adjustment. They say, please note that for this December, that means this December, right? 2024, GOL salaries will be processed at a proportion of 70% United States dollars and 30% Liberian dollars, meaning they will give you 70% US dollars, then they will give you 30% LD. Now, this is the terrible part of it. They are not telling you your salaries are still the same because they told you that when they are 2025 budget part at the time, they will be carrying your salary. That one part, we're not even aware of it. That one, we don't even know whether it will work. But I leave it. Currently, as we speak, they are still going according to the previous government policy on the payment. They said they pay as per prevailing rates, meaning some of you used to be crying out and say, oh, there's that. When we go to the bank today, our money will be small, so they will go up. Yes, they were paying you as per the prevailing rate. So if the prevailing rate for December is at 178 as per the Central Bank of Liberia's rate, that's what they call the prevailing rate. They will try to do that for you, right? So that's what it is. So they are dealing with the prevailing rates. You saw recently the MCSS came up with sending memo circular that they said they're dealing with prevailing rates, so there will be 20% cut. Now, all kinds of cuts are all over the place. You're civil servants. You listen, I'm saying this. All the cuts, so cut. Nothing, no policy prescription that is being employed to resurrect you, to rescue you. Every policy prescription employed by this government is to cut down. It all just deeping the whole thing about harmonization, deeping the whole thing, blah, 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 blah. That's what it is. Which is bad. Chief, we are saying that CDC people were reckless. They were just suffering the people. They were cutting down on the people. How is that? And the government accounts and say they're raising more money than other people. Why are they doing all of this? They said the CDC people are stealing the money. They are raising more money. LRA raising more money than ever. Right? Why are they cutting all of these things down? But again, they tell you now, let me tell you how it's going to affect you. So let's take, for instance, yes, at times like this, tin prices are still up and it's not being determined by the prevailing rate. Tin prices remain the same and stay climbing. It's not being determined by prevailing rate. But your salary is being determined by prevailing rates. That's the first negative that you are suffering from. The tin prices are not determined by prevailing rates. They are still up. With the exception of petroleum or something that they can use, some conserve fuel and they put it up because of political reasons. But again, those ones also are issues. But most of our people, when they get their money, what do they do with it? So sometimes to have the purchasing power. Now, this measure will undermine your purchasing power. It will undermine your purchasing power. So they will give you more LD And then that LD, let me tell you, if you were making 150 United States dollars, when they cut all taxes from there, your 10% of your salary or whatever, $15, and $15 is 10%. They take that 10% from there, $15. You are left with $135. Then they take your social security, something there from there, I know that 7 or some kind of percentage. Then you come down there, you'll be left with something that 130. So they hold that 130 constant. Out of that 130 now, they are going to pay you in what? 80%, 20%, 30% of that 170. Of that 130. So let's go on now. 30% of 170. You know, somebody, let's go on with it quickly. We'll come into the ruling. Don't worry. So you come to, and 130? Yeah, 130 times 0.30. Right? Look at me here doing all kinds of things. All right, so that is it. Yeah, that is it. So it's 130. Yeah. And so you see the kind of thing, yeah. Let me see. Okay. So they're taking whole $30. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, yeah. To the point, so. Sorry, my phone is just freezing here. Okay, $39. So that $39 is going to be converted into the prevailing rate here. So the prevailing rate the central bank gave you may be around 178. Now the prevailing rate for December. 178, the prevailing rate for December. So calculate it now, the prevailing rate for December. I want for you to calculate it. I want for you to know how much you'll be taking home now. So the prevailing rate is 178. Let's put it at 178. 178 times 39. So they take 6,942 that what they will be able to give you. Now, there's 6,942. You want US dollars so that you can fill your money up to go buy zinc. Or you can fill your money up, or even if you went to the school to go pay your children's school fees, the school get different rate there that they will give you. They're not giving you prevailing rate for you to pay your child's school fee. So if you pay 130 for your child's school fee, you are going to the school to pay. The school not giving you the prevailing rate. So the best way you will pay your child's school fee is to either pay in US dollar. If you dare try to pay in Liberian dollar, you'll be spending more. So for you to pay, so you went to the school to go pay your child's school fee, and you want to pay 130, which is the balance of your child's school fee. But they have used prevailing rate, so the 6,942 is what you have. The one they took from there, $39. You need this money to be converted so that you will be able to have that money to move on and pay your child's school fee. You are now going to the school. The school tells you our rate here is 190 or 195. Our rate here is 195. So the 6,942. Let me tell you how much it will be just for you to fill that money. 6,942 times, and I divided by, and I divided by 195. $35. You see what happening to you? So your money dropped. You got to now go look for what? $4 to add on it again. After you have paid taxes, all the things, your money dropped. You got to add it, and then you got to go look for extra money again so that you can add it all to meet up with that your 130 that you're supposed to pay for your child's school fees. Who's are lost? Who's losing? You are still struggling. It undermines your purchasing power. That's what we're talking about. At least if it were at 80, yeah, you will get a little loss. It will not be much. But for you to put it at 30%, the man is losing more. So as a result, it still undermines his what? Some of y'all know when you're going to the put to go buy in LD the rice price. When you're going to buy, you know how they can do your thing there already. You know that one. That one there, now policy something that one harmonization something. That one, but it just will tell you that when you. I just want to tell you why you will be seeing your account there. That is why you will be seeing as a result of that, it will make no impact for you. I just want to tell you that so that when your parents come home when they're saying things, you must learn to believe them. Yeah, tell them say that true you are talking. Yeah. So I think it's important that our people know these things, so that you will know whether a policy decision of government is affecting you positively or negatively. Those are things you need to know, which is very much important for all of us. Yeah, it's important you know these things. It's very much good that you know them. And so I think one of my students just reported one photo who does not deserve to be in this class. Let me find him and taking off. And so Joshua, what's up? How's everything? And we are certainly getting there. And we think for sure we are certainly getting there. With God, all things are possible. And we are certainly getting there. God will guide us all and God will take us through in everything that we do. So we are certainly getting there. With God, all things are possible. Thanks, student, and for reporting. And our rude students, the rude rescue people, irresponsible and reckless rescue people. Let's get to our topic for tonight. *7 and star 25 hash is the code to play with tonight, and the 20,000 will be giving out for the winners. I can assure you that. 20,000 for the winners. I'll be doing a draw here. It's 8:46. By 9:30, I will do one. And no, by 9 I will do one. Then by 9:45, I will do another one. Yeah, but I expect more persons to win tonight because our festive season, the guys have opened the window up for you guys. So it is festive season, a Friday. You gotta enjoy yourself, people. God is there and God will guide you, people, repeatedly. We don't take foolishness from people here. Indisciplined people are here. We can put you in your place. We ought to take you up and then we go by our business. That's what we do. We don't joke. So the *7 and *24 hash, you can let me say 25 hash. Sorry, you can play with that. We're about to do some of the draws because I'm seeing a couple of persons here already. So let me do a few draws now, and the messages will come up. Yeah, let me do it now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we'll transition quickly. Yeah, let me transition quickly. Yeah. All right. Okay. So this is where we are. So I will do another draw again subsequently. Yeah, that's where we stop for now. Yeah. Okay. So that's where we stop for now. We'll certainly get there, and no matter what the circumstances are, we are certainly getting there. And with God, all things are possible. We will get there. So I will do another draw again, and for those of you out there, so that you can get it. What is *7 and *25 hash is the code to play with. Play like that, and I will do the draw subsequently. I will call you up. Several persons already up. I will call you up. Let's go to the meat of why we are here today. With God, all things are possible. And I'm grateful to the Almighty God for everything. And God is continuing to guide all of us, and we will continue to take us through. And we are very happy that we are here. What's my leave me, man? And okay. All right, so let's get on to what it is. Today, the Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia save our democracy. They did what was expected of them. They did what the law expected of them, not myself, not you, but the law expected of them. And they tried to avoid, and they did avoid, the issue about public sentiments, and which is very essential for you to capture. I'm not surprised at the Supreme Court's opinion. No. I was never moved that anything contrary would have come up because I trusted the line of questionings that were posed during the arguments. The only thing, another thing that I'm not surprised about is the way Unity Party people can think. I'm not surprised. These people call themselves educated people in this country over the periods. They gave them country for 1 year at Vla. That they gone time, December, they say they pass their agenda, meaning all that operation they were on to, they were just doing foolishness all over the place. They just pass it, they say the real work is coming to start in 2025. People who don't have any sense of reasoning, they don't have any logic, all the threat on is lies, deceit. So I'm not surprised when they are trying to treat the court's opinion in the way they are treating it. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because the fact of the matter is they are just whom we think they are, and they will never ever disappoint us. They are completely, they were maroon. You know what I'm talking maroon? All right. They are completely green. Thank God they are green. They can wear green because they are green. When they say, "Mama, you are really green," that means you're useless. That means you don't know anything. When they say, "Mama, you really green," oh, when they say you're green, when they tell you say you're green and they're wearing green, anybody who associates with green, you are completely foolish. Now, because when they say you are green, you are green, you are green. You see, we think for sure their thoughts. Their thoughts are thoughts that make us to understand that that is why the country is where it is now as we speak. Because they are thinking, the way they think, the way they reason, that why the country is stuck to where it is today. So I'm not surprised. The only obligation I have is to my people who are sound. They are not out of green or they are not out of blue, but they sit back for the sake of their country. The three colors of Liberia is inside them. They are red, white, and blue. That for them, we kill our time to be here. Not for the other people who don't know how to reason. All they care about is stealing, corrupting the system. That's all they care about. So as a result, even when good things come out, they will put it the wrong way. Even when sound things come out, they will put it the unsound way. That is how they operate. They are brain programmed to negativity. Their brain is very programmed to unsound things. So insane thing again. Just be talking. So we just leave them like that. Let them go on with their arguments. Now the court has spoken. So we'll take it from the perspective of the court and then tell you what exactly it is. Right? Good. We have displayed before us here one big instrument that was used today by the court. The Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. We also will share with you some words that carry some legal implications so that you will get to understand it. Because the people we have beyond us, they are people who like to argue. And they don't argue out of foolishness. They can argue with sense. So they want to understand for how do they go about their arguments. We get lawyers who are listening. Judges are listening. Like I told you before coming on the show, I talk to every layer of people that I think important to build me up academically, to be able to give me the sense, the logic, and everything. So I don't really come to what they call. Yeah. In fact, before I even call my prof was even telling me, no, from the scene, and I love him. He said to me, he said, "Avi, what happened today is the simplest thing that I expect you to just expound on. It's the simplest thing for you. Yeah. It's nothing hard. Just look at a few words." And that was what he said. Yeah, just look at a few words. These are things that you should look at. Yeah. So I think the ammunitions are there. And so we are very grateful to the Almighty God. Now, the court has two things. The court has the Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia. They have what they call opinion. The opinion is what that addresses each of those atoms Each of those things that you pray for, and each of the countering from the other side, it addresses it. Time, blah, 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 blah. That opinion is still being trimmed, though they have come up with it, will be trimmed and then shared with the party. The one that you see people arguing on and passing around, and they're passing around, even the judgment of the court can give you exactly how did they derive at the judgment of the court. Now, and this is what I want you to understand, people. What you see out there, they're running with it. Some of them will be hiding some, right? Some of them will be hiding some. They call that the judgment of the court. So I'm displaying it right here for my students who are online to see it. That's what we call the judgment of the court. The opinion, no. But it is that judgment came as a result of the opinion already. They are deliberating on the opinions and all of them agreed. First of all, let's establish that people lie to you along the way. Stanton Waterspoon lied to you. His followers lied to you. Some of you even texted me, the poor went 3-2 in favor of, or there's that Fafa in favor of, Fafa, there's that. Those were lies. They even told you the day that the poor are going to be there. I said, no, there can be nothing of such without notice of assignment. I told you that. And when the notice of assignment came up, I did inform you last night. I said the notice of assignment is already out, and the Supreme Court is supposed to come up with its judgment of its ruling today. Did it not come up? It has come up. You know, when you're speaking with credibility, they sat down on their platform, they lie to you people. That's what I told you students. Be very concise and know who. I say people who, you know, not every drunkard who will say something, you will dismiss them. But look at the state in which the drunkard is. And even if you're supposed to be critical about every information, you must be more critical, especially when a person is in a state of abnormality. Nobody say you must dismiss it. So let's agree. Your level of criticality, when it comes to my information I gave you, you can apply that same level to Stanton. Stanton will need more critical. You need, don't say dismiss anything he says. But because his record, his background, you got to add more thorough. Even if you add 3% to verify my own, you must add about 50% to verify Waterspoon. Because they made his record, his background, and not like that. So the kind of measure of criticality, of critical position that will employ to this person, and the same thing will employ you. So that what I can be telling you, those guys being lying to you and will answer that everything they can say that lie. Listen to me well. That estimate, no. The guys lie. So you know that he's a liar. You know, during the corona time, when they look at corona or everywhere, the first thing they say, any patient who appears at any health facility, they declare you as a suspect, somebody who's a corona patient already. They will give you all the necessary, they will treat you like that until proving otherwise. That's how you must treat Stanton Waterspoon, because the record has shown that he's a criminal. The record has shown that he can lie. The record has shown that he's somebody. So I'm saying everything he can say, he can lie. But anything he says, there, you must be able to thoroughly check it. And, before you can what it call. Even if you want to add thorough there to my own, it shouldn't be as compared to how that may only most thorough investigation before you can check it. That's how you must treat him, right? So, we think with God, all things are possible. And we are very grateful tonight. What you see out there that they are flying around with is the judgment of the court. The judgment of the court. The judgment will summarize what you expect in the opinion of the court. That is why you say, at what point did the court derive at this? How did the court grab this? Oh, I was carried before the court. How did the court address the issue of the counter argument from the respondents? What did the petitioners pray for? What did the respondents say? All the things the petitioner, respondent, all the kind of things. What did they say? The court will attack every argument. What the petitioners pray for, what the countering of that petition is from the respondents, the court will address that. Everything in it. Then the court will come up with its judgment. That the judgment you're seeing down there, so that judgment, when they're telling us where the court came from before coming up with this. But again, for the judgment, if you're smart now, then you understand that the opinion will even have the layman out there, but it takes lawyers to understand and interpret judgments. If you have no training in that, and forget about radar training, but if you are smart enough and you can read it, because ignorance of the law is no excuse. If you are smart enough to comprehend, then you will understand where the code came from with this thing here. Something deeper. They must have said this before coming to this thing. And so we are very grateful tonight. So the judgment is up. But we'll open and we'll tell you how the code derived at this. So what you are seeing on the screen here, I'm about to show to you is what we call the judgment. And I will explain to you what it is. And just exactly what I will explain. When the opinion comes up, it is shared with the parties. I will try my best, pray to get a copy of it. So this is what I came up today. All of the justices signed. This thing here, I guess so. They're all of them signature here. So that thing I stand on, they were telling you, say 3, 4, 2, 5, la fa 2, la fa 2, la fa 2. How you say fa 2? 3, 5, 4, 2, 3, 2, 5, 5, 6, 6. All the kind of things that are so lies. Now you see all of their signatures right here, right? You see all of them, they sign. This is what we call the unanimous verdict. They did it in unity. Fully. Right? So you get in there. You know, I'll teach you all of the basic thing there. So that they get to the part here first to see the thing I'm about to read, how many persons were able to sign it. Very good. And we will now try to get to it and explain to you what it is. Let's get there one by one. This is the judgment of the court. We'll come down to tell you what is most important to that. First of all, what did Arthur Johnson then pray for? Now, the first place you must ask yourself a question before entering the argument. What did these people pray for? Before you can come down and say, oh, the court didn't give them, or they didn't convince the judges to give them what it is, don't lie. If you want to be smart, ask yourself a question first. What did they pray for? Did the God give them any one of what they pray for? Now, what did Arthur Johnson then pray for? What did Fonati Kofa pray for? Let me forget about Arthur Johnson. Let me forget about the lawyer's name. Because they are here representing these people. The real parties. What did they pray for? Now, this is the petitioner's petition against the respondents. Now, why? They said, one, the convening by the respondents of a purported and illegal plenary. The convening of the respondents for a purported and illegal plenary without the speaker. Listen to this one here. Now, one of the things they pray for, without the speaker of the 55th National Legislature, and must respectfully pray your honor to declare the following actions of the respondents to be unconstitutional and illegal. Amen. That the first thing that they pray for, you ask yourself a question. What did they pray for? And what did the court say about what they pray for? You don't just jump into arguments. You ask yourself a question. What did they go for? Did the court give them that? Did the court address this issue? So that leave them one. Two, what did they also go for? They said using the illegal plenary to unconstitutionally suspend honorable. They didn't address this one. In the judgment, it's not addressed there. It could be in the opinion. So let's see. It could be in the opinion, but that is not in the judgment. So now you are interpreting the Supreme Court's opinion as per the judgment, right? So let's look at what the judgment says, because we haven't seen the opinion yet to see what are the other things were there. Q process. So let's come to one again. They said two, yeah, of course, without giving them due process, and they cited Article 20, blah, blah, blah. The opinion will address these issues if the court deems necessary. Then let's come to 3. It says, illegally restructuring and reconstituting statutory company. Again, the opinion will address this one. It's not in the judgment, so we'll pass on that. Then let's come to the other one again. 4. Unconstitutional decision and taking possession of the 2025 draft national budget. Again, the judgment did not speak to it. So since we are confined to the judgment for tonight, and the basis of your arguments and stating confusion, how the court did not come clear, blah, 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 is on the basis of the judgment you saw. Let's attack the judgment and see what is in our judgment that the court was able to deal with. One thing. The court looked at, first of all, the capacity of the parties, the standing of the parties, and anything that they must have done in the context of the law. So let's forget about whether they took people off whether they decided to seize the budget. First of all, the court was more interested in this judgment in attacking the issue of the assemblage, which is most important. Every other action they took, they only took it because they said they have a valid point to assemble. They have quorum, so they could do anything they could. So the court was more interested in this quorum, because if the quorum is valid, then every other action they took, then apparently we can now deal with the other issue of the due process in removal of coal, the due process to see to it whether they have all right to have taken on the budget. So you must first attack it from what it is. Do they have the standing? The standing they will have had to have done all these things after them praying for, it comes from the quorum that they claim that they had that gave them the authority to do business. So the court was more interested in dealing with it in the judgment. I haven't read the opinion, like I keep telling you. The court said we got to define for what is the quorum thing. Because every other action they took it because they said they get quorum, right? So let's deal with the issue of the quorum specifically. And the court did that in this judgment. That the thing you're flying around with, right? So let us all read it together. We are not all clever and we are not all smart. So we learn from one another. That's why I'm breaking it down for you. So with all the thing that I read here, and in the thing that you're reading out there, the judgment, which one of it the court was able to address in the judgment? Though every other issues there, yeah, it was prayed for by the petitioners. Which one of it the court already addressed? As students now, we are reading, right? Yeah, we are together. I'm asking your question now. Which one the court already addressed? The court addressed one in the judgment. I'll say in the opinion, they didn't address everyone. One in the petitioner petition, they address one, number one. They said, we are praying this honorable court to respectfully pray this honorable court, your honors, to declare the following actions of the respondents to be unconstitutional and illegal. What are those actions? Only one you are arguing on down there. Why? The court attacked the issue of the quorum, which is very important for the discussion for tonight. So let's stick there. There's no issue of code mentioned in our judgment. No, you're not seeing it there. It will be mentioned in the opinion. We'll look at that. But again, because that way they can come, assuming that your forum was even this, that way you can see. So that way you can see in the opinion, and they will say, as when they want to address people that code anything now, they will say, assuming that you had the quorum as per what the Constitution says, did you grant these people due process? Did you do the other one that will come? They will say, assuming that you had this thing here, that you claim that you had, did you do this? That means that when now they will come to attack the issue. That's what they will always do. But let's leave that and get to what it is, because let's stick to the issues. So you people said that the court confused all of you today. Everybody today. What did the court look at today? What did the petitioners pray for? Did the court address it? The foremost thing the petitioners pray for, which was addressed in the judgment, opinions and everything. No, in the judgment is this issue that has to do with what? The unconstitutionality. They said the convening. Let me open it up why, so that you'll see it. Sorry. And large. Not why, but large. Let me open it all large. You know some words, they can't get good sound. I just say open wide. No, open it large. The white people put their language there that we don't want to be talking our own thing. You can open. And okay, good. They got B screen. All right. So then I say, right? So you are seeing it right here. Did I show you it? Oh, okay. Sorry. Let me take this judgment up and then share with you what Arthur Johnson and pray for. Sorry. I told you I was going to do this. What did they pray for? That everything here so. I want for you to see it. I let evidence. My students will not come to class, then they can say, when I see that thing you were talking, instead I own thing you were talking. Like the petitioner's petition day you are looking at here. So let us read it together. That's the petitioner's petition date. What did they pray for? They said, and now come the petitioners. The petitioners, J. Fonanti Kofa, Speaker of the Honorable House of Representatives, and the leadership of the House of Representatives of the 55th Legislature, and most respectfully pray your honors. That the prayer, did they grant that prayer? Did they look into that prayer before they even granted it? Did they look into it? Well, the question is about to be answered. They say, pray your honors to declare the following actions of the respondents to be unconstitutional and illegal. 1, the convening by the respondents of a purported and illegal plenary of the House of Representatives without the speaker, because it's possible they could convene, but the speaker being present is what will make it legit. So that was the argument they were pushing. They said the constitutionality designated presiding officer of the House of Representatives in Article 49. Did the judgment mention Article 49? Yes. Very good. Article 49 of the Constitution, notwithstanding the fact that he is present and available to perform his duties. Now, what it took. So let's look at only this, because I know that only this, the argument is on. First, the constitutionality of the forum. And y'all get it now? I read it to you people. You're seeing it there, students. You're listening to everything. Did they pray for that? Did the court address that? I heard people reporting and talking about they put never convince the judge, this, that, the two, and say everybody want to go back, everybody win. Why everybody want it? In fact, in their petition, they also cited the issue of the jurisdiction of the court on this matter. Vani Shemo and his own group, the majority bloc, they said the court does not have jurisdiction on it. The court should leave it. In fact, that was the prayer of Vani Shemo. He said the court should leave it. Did the court just leave it? No. Did the court make a determination on specific issues? Yes. You reading the judgment? Did the court leave it as per prayer for by Vani Shemo? No, the court didn't leave it. The court, first of all, assumed jurisdiction over it. And the court addressed specific issues. They interpreted it. Then you say, everybody won? Did they tell you that? What kind of sense and logic you people preaching in this country? People are listening to us. In fact, the people on the bench, they are laughing. They say, hey, you see, we don't blame them. We get a society that we are in here where everyone thinks that they know all. And so they will just look at people and just be insulting people for nothing. That's why when the allegations were coming up, I doubted it, because the court would not be brought into bribery issues. So let's leave all of that and then get on to the real meat of the other aspect, and which is very good for you. Good. The next thing we come to now, since we finish knowing now that the petitioner's prayer in it, he had to do something, and they even mentioned Article 49. Let's come to the judgment now of the court. Because the only thing I see, I don't see them mention about, and then they talk about Article 49 and they talk about Article 33, right? Quorum, blah, blah, blah. It is. Very good. Because in their petition, they were able to specify everything as it relates to what they want. So in their petitions, they first find about Article 66 that talks about the Supreme Court's jurisdiction. They came to the unconstitutional usurpation of the Speaker's authority by the respondents. They talk about Article 49. They talk about that. You seen it right here, right? They talk about Article 49. It's right here. They spell it out now. It's right here. Very good. So you see everything inside here. It is just right here, right here, right here, right here, right here. So we're not going to hear out here. And at the issue here, they were able to address the Abunan issue, talking about the teaching of the budget, restructuring of committee, all the one, and let's leave it. Let's come to the judgment of the court that establishes whether or not the majority bloc have been proceeding rightly. Let me come now to the judgment of the court. Let's take this off and bring this one. Keep playing your star 7 and star 25 hash. We are certainly getting there, and we will get there. I've done some draws already. I will do another one. It's 9:13. All right, let's come to the judgment of court, which is very important for the discussion. Okay, that is it. So there is a judgment of the court. So the judgment, this is what the court says. The judgment. They said when this case was called for hearing, Councilors James E. Pierre and Arthur Johnson appeared for the petitioners. Councilors G. Vani Shemo Sr. and Garrison D. Yelu appeared for the respondents. Councilors Augustine C. Faya, Solicitor General, Republic of Liberia, Jerry D.K. Garawolo, Assistant Minister for Litigation, and Joel E. Theowe, Assistant Minister for Economic Affairs, appeared for the Justice Ministry. Having carefully examined the contentions of the parties, listened to the arguments on both sides. I didn't want reading from so that the judgment I'm reading so. And considered the laws relevant thereto. It is hereby. This is where you know whether the court was able to make a determination. It is hereby adjudged. It is hereby adjudged. You're seeing it on the screen. I hope you're seeing it. That the Supreme Court, pursuant to Article 6, did I not mention the Arthur Johnson said, well, the court has jurisdiction. They cited Article 66. Yeah. So listen to this one now. The Supreme Court, pursuant to Article 66 of the Constitution, shall be the final arbiter of constitutional issues and shall exercise final appellate jurisdiction in all cases, whether emanating from the courts of record, court not of record, and administrative agencies, autonomous agencies, or any other authority, both as of law and fact. Hence, the Supreme Court has the jurisdiction to decide constitutional issues arising out of the internal and dissensions among the members of the legislature. So the jurisdiction that Vani Shema was questioning, that the court does not have that. You heard the lawmaker then say, oh, the court not get any authority. After then said, no, the court has the authority to do that. They pray, and the court went and looked inside. The court said, yes, we have the authority because the issue that is brought before us is constitutional. So they say, well, hence the Supreme Court has the jurisdiction. They took siege. Now, where first the majority bloc was defeated, for the court to take siege and say we have the jurisdiction on this matter. Because the argument on the court can is saying that the political issue, the court can what they call no, the court said we have jurisdiction over this matter. And was it not something that Arthur Johnson was saying? They said that in a prayer, in a petition. So that the first victory of Arthur the team. Learn all of these things and know them well so that you know which path we are on. The next thing I want you to follow tonight is that it is a law in vogue that a constitution must be interpreted in light of the entire document rather than a sequestered pronouncement, because every provision of equal importance, and even where there is apparent discrepancy between different provisions, the court should harmonize then if possible. So they say the court, it is a law that the court itself can interpret constitution, right? But they can't interpret half-half. They say, oh yeah, the other one say they want, yeah, the other one say they want. Let leave the other one or the other one. That the way the majority of black people they were doing it. They say the other article here, data, because they're picking. You can't do cherry picking. You can't do cherry picking in law. You got to be exact. If the entire law says this, like today, they went and posted when they adjudge error and they said, oh, everybody confused, but they didn't go down to post the last page. So somebody went and posted and said, but the spoon there where the United Party people that are flying around. And when they're looking at the error where the court read was able to come down with a judge, why did not read the final part, the page? Why did not read that part? Why they not interested in that one? You can't just be half-assed the play that you see something, you say, yeah, that they play, please. So I will stick right here. Not how the law works. So that what the court is saying, that every provision of the Constitution is as important. You can take cherry picking. You say, oh yeah, that they want will take, they want favor us, so that they want will do. And the way some pastors they can be preaching, they can take the sermon that they can take the scripture that please them. The other part they leave it because that one when you come up with it, they will talk about them. So they leave it. No, they don't behave like that. That's not what the code is about. And why it is. So they said that. They said that this court's interpretation of Article 33. So that what I told you people, I said with all the things that Arthur then stated, what did they pray for? Did the court look into it? So I said with all the things that they stated in this adjudgment, they look at the issue of the standing. The first thing that was prayed for by Arthur Johnson to say that they are constitutional, they are plenary sitting. That sitting that they have is unconstitutional. And the only reason they said they have sitting is because they said they had quorum, right? So the Supreme Court was interested in knowing what is this thing they call quorum. How is the quorum or quorum? So that why the court attack it there in the judgment, because that's the crux of the whole thing. If they don't have the kind of quorum it takes, then whatever action that follows, well, it's not equally as important. So they attack it from there to know first whether they had the standing, they had the capacity to do so, they had the authority to do so, Whatever after them crying for, did they first of all have the standing, the capacity, and the authority? They never. So the court attacked it from there and took at the issue of quorum, because it's the quorum that gives you standing. It is the quorum that gives you the capacity. It's the quorum that states what is plenary. The quorum is what that determines plenary, right? So those are things that you should be able to look at. So let's look at it. This is what it is. So they say this court interpretation. The court is interpreting now. Y'all will say the court never say anything. The court just say y'all go back. Y'all will say that y'all do your own thing. The court is interpreting something, and you say the court never took action. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. So they want to go say the interpreting it. What it means. Let's wait there and see. I will try to explain some things to you people. So they said the interpretation of Article 33 of the Liberian Constitution, 86, is that whether a simple majority is sitting or lower number in both cases, or presiding officer defined. So they don't just look at Article 33. They say, oh, the Article 33 here that the Constitution talking about. The Article 33 went way into Article 49 when you heard them saying that you can't just grab one portion. Then you say, because we got quorum. No, go for Article 49 too. That's why the court was telling the majority block. It's telling the majority block. Don't just look at Article 33 and say we got quorum. No, go for Article 49 first. Let's grab Article 49. What does Article 49 say about presiding? And then we now come to quorum. So they say here in the other, they say both cases, presiding officer defined in Article 49 of the Constitution is the speaker. Who is the speaker that stay there? The presiding, right? The presiding officer. That the court then saying that you're all confused. The court is clear. The court left no confusion. Nobody should lie to you. Where you take that one from? Why you want to maybe you're so limited? The court said here, really, that you're a judgment you're passing around with. Yeah. The court said that this court's interpretation of Article 33 of the Constitution is that. That means this is what they have seen as the interpretation. Whether a simple majority is sitting or a lower number, because a simple majority and a majority block, or whether a lower number, whether the Fonanti block, whether the majority block sitting, that's why I explained it to you. I will break it down for you. Whether the Fonanti block sitting, whether the majority block sitting, they use the word sitting. Whether a majority block sitting, whether a lower number sitting, in both cases, presiding officer, whether the majority block, anybody who's supposed to preside there, it has to be the speaker. Whether the lower number sitting, anybody who presiding there is supposed to be the speaker. That's what the court is saying. And the court said here, they said whether a simple majority, in a case that the people who call themselves majority block, is sitting or a lower number, in both cases, a presiding officer defined in Article 49 of the Constitution is the speaker. And in his or absence, the deputy speaker. Meaning, if the speaker not there, that the deputy speaker is supposed to be. The speaker returned to the country. The deputy speaker turned over Gabo to the speaker. Thomas Father sat down with the speaker in some sections. Thomas Father left from there and go preside on the other side while the speaker is still there. And because he said he went to the majority of people, they get quorum. No, that quorum is never a quorum once the speaker is not there to preside. That's what the court is telling you. What kind of interpretation you want again? What is it you really want? What is your understanding? You see, that speaks to the Liberian's level of education. And we got to be very serious. That is shameful. Read this. The code is clear. There is no ambiguity. Nothing. The court said, what are the minority normal? The Constitution said in Article 49 that the presiding should be the speaker. And if the speaker not there, that the deputy speaker. So when Fonanti came back now, and Thomas Fala had turned over Gabo to Fonanti were presiding. What told Thomas Fala from there to go to the majority? Because they get quorum? So you just get somebody sitting down there, you think they're presiding? No. The presiding, as per the definition of Article 49, according to the court's interpretation, is the speaker. Amen. What a confusion that in this thing. As if people tell you, oh, court won't do judicial avoidance. What kind of la thing and that? Yeah. You know, people bring sentiments. You know, when you get sentiments into this thing, and we went into the law thing, not to get sentiments. I have represented Unity Party people for my short time that have been practicing law. I have represented Unity Party people. Because I don't care about sentiment. Whether you went and voted for or whatever it is, I don't care about that. Once you bring your issue to me, I was trained to that. I don't care whether you're United Party president, you get issue, and I'm able to help you. I will help you out in law. I don't care, because we don't have to bring sentiments to the fore. We're trained to avoid that. We are still learning. So when the court said it, what a confusion there. Now the court comes up to continue and say that in the event where the speaker is presiding over a minority, the constitution is devoid of a mechanism for how the minority is compelled to attend and in attendance of the absent members. And the legislature has promulgated no enabling statute and standing rules setting forth the process for compelling absent members to attend section as envisioned under Article 33 of the Constitution. They say, okay, we look at this thing here to say, look, though the speaker has minority number, but the Constitution does not tell us clearly as to how the speaker can compel these people for them to come. Right? So, and there's no law that the lawmaker they have passed to tell exactly how you can make a friend to come. So they continue and said that under these circumstances, the Supreme Court cannot do for the legislature. Right? The Supreme Court cannot do for the legislature what is within the purview of them to do. As to do will be in violation of the constitutional mandate of the separations of power. The Supreme Court cannot say, oh, you speaker, go and compare these people. That how you supposed to compare them? No. The separations of power. So why it is that why it is true that these people are illegally proceeding, and we know that the only way they are quorum who are being a quorum is for the speaker to preside, and they are where they are. Equally so, the Constitution does not tell as to how it works in that way. So they need to come up with their own law. So we can force them. And let me stop at this point and tell you something. Before this ruling could come out today, in some of the chat rooms that I'm associated with, I said Fonati Kofa will win the law component. It will be upon him to do everything he can to convince the colleagues for them to come under his gavel. The court will not give him that. The records are there. Is it not what the court is saying here? The court will not give him that. I said it. The charts are there. I said it. I said Fonati will win the law aspect, like every other person, like Snowden one. He has to do everything. Now, that is the political aspect of it. You need to settle the law first. But you just jump straight to politics. Now, the political aspect is Fonati should have that political magnitude to go now convince the colleagues for them to come. That's what we've been saying. Right? So the court said that. So let's leave it and then come to the next page. The separation of power. This is where you'll say, oh, yes, the court will not do it. Oh, Fonati, go and force the people for them to come. No. What is the law that we're using for us to do that? No. You can't force people. You see, you can use law to force people. In politics, it's about convincing people. Law is about forcing people. Politics has nothing to do with enforcement. It is law that gets something to do with enforcement. So the law aspect is settled in his own Fonati side. That's why the Constitution said, look, if the man is very stubborn and he doesn't want to move, and because he don't have the gavel again, that number that you should have to move in from there is 49. You use that 49, you're moving from there, because there will be time that you will say he won't resign. So say he don't want to resign, why you look for the 49 and move him? Because all you've been praying for if Fonati should resign, and that he waiting, if he wants to, he resigns. If he doesn't want to, that's it. So the country will be stopped. So what do you people do? Equally, Fonati has the breading to get to you people so that you can help him to get a quorum, so that he will use his authority as a speaker. Equally, so the breading is upon you people to get the numbers you need, 49, to take Fonati from there. But what you are doing down there is wrong. That's all the court said. In this thing, what more you want the court to say? And how? I will get down to it. At the page they never wanted to show you. There is a page that they don't want to show you. There is a final page that they don't want to show you that they didn't show you. I hope you have seen it. Yeah. There is a final page that they did not want to show you. And there is it. They say here, Finally, they say, wherefore and in view. No matter in law, despite all the things you will pray for, you thought about, you cannot. The code will say, why your prayer? All the things you thought yourself, what is it you really want us to do? Then when you finish putting that one before the code in your prayer, then the code will look at everything they will talk. They too will talk too. Then they come down to what they say about what you want them to say. So that what they say about all the things I just not explaining, it no matter. What they really say with all the things they not explain, what did they really say? That yeah. Forget about that whole literature then that you see down there. So the coffee, what they call it. Now, what did they say now? Because you are still confused at that level, right? So all the things that AB taught will stay confused. What really AB saying? That question that you always asking. That it did now because you say with all the things that they call now talk, what did they call really say? So what the code say now is what I'm coming to explain to you. I'm coming to read it and I will explain it to you. So the code said finally that wherefore and in view of the foregoing. The thing the code say now. That player say confused. No, no confusion inside. What the code say is clear. They say wherefore and in view of the foregoing. Any setting. Any setting or actions by members, because what did Arthur Johnson or Fanatico over them pray for illegal actions such as the suspension of the other guys and Prince Moide, no, not Prince Moide, sorry, Marvin Cole and Kamara, all the guys they suspend, all the things that were mentioned in their petition, right? They said you guys took the budget. They say that they didn't want to get a quorum. So the court said now, finally, to put everything together now, and everything will be in the opinion itself. So what all they address there, that what they put now, finally, and say, with all the things that we now thought, this is what we say. The thing the court say now, that what I'm explaining to you now. The court said, wherefore, and in view of the foregoing, any sitting. That who then say they have sitting? Is it not the majority block? That they don't want to say they get sitting? They don't want to say they get a quorum. So that quorum constitutes sitting. That quorum has what they call plenary. You know what they said? So the court is now saying any sitting or actions by members of the legislature not in conformity with the intent of Article 33 and 49. That's why they drag Article 43 and they brought 49. Simple thing, man, people. Okay. Finally, what did 43 and 49 say? Let's take the one off for now and then count to 43 and 49. Me, I left for all to be clear. All the things I explained here, so I left for you to get evidence to it. So what did 43 and 49 say? Since they say anything that wrong contrary to 33 and 49. Now, if you telling you, say the interpretation of 33 to have a quorum, whatever it is, the speaker must be there. And if the speaker not there, the deputy speaker, but the speaker is still speaker. So how Thomas Father presided with a useless presiding? How Clarence got presided with a useless presiding? That whole thing, why they say Fonati is still speaker and they say what all the thing is useless. That's what they're trying to tell you. So they say any setting that was held in that form and faction. So let's go down to Article 33. So Article 33, what did it say? Because I want to be clear here before the line is on course. And I just want for people to understand that the law is the law. That's the code never say anything. So they want to read where it says, wherefore and in view, blah, blah, blah. And they address the issue about putting both Article 33 and 49 together in the initial paragraph. Which one you want again? Or that explanation about whether the speaker can compel them to whatever it is, and we can do that part. That part business, you say, oh, the code level in confusion. I beg you, yeah. Something that we said ever saying that was going to happen. We said the court couldn't force them. We knew it. The court will not do that. A level for Nati to convince the school. They too is also breading upon them to get at 49 to remove him. If he can convince them, it's left with them. That's the only part. They're gonna sit down and say the man say, y'all go, y'all want each other. What kind of why y'all some of y'all go to school, y'all learn, and y'all jump, y'all talking all kinds of things all over the place. Oh yeah, we say no. Very good. So that go to 33. What did 33 say? What 33, Mr. 33? Okay, Mr. 33 is here. Okay, 33. What did 33 say? May 33 there? Okay, 33. They say a simple majority of each house shall constitute a quorum for the transaction of business. You see that? But a lower number may adjoin from day to day. In interpreting this and to get compare member. So in interpreting this, they say the presiding officer of the house of Representatives shall preside. They say whenever, so they talk about preside. So they came here, they say 33 talk about quorum. Now that quorum, the only way it can be a quorum, a legit quorum, there must be a presiding. What are that plenty normal? What are now plenty normal? Article 33 talks about what? Quorum. That quorum there, Article 49 determine who is a presiding. So they came straight to Article 49. They say we finish knowing, okay, we finish knowing one. So let's go to 49. What did 49 say? 49 says that the House of Representatives shall elect once every 6 years a speaker. Who shall be the presiding officer of that body or deputy speaker? So the court is saying, in the absence of the speaker, you can be the deputy speaker. So whether you get majority block or whatever you do, you just need a speaker on your side. Simple. Minority block, you need a speaker on your side. That what make Kofa Una group very strong, because they get a speaker on their side. And because the speaker on their side, it has impeded the work of the majority on the other side, because the speaker here is the one who's supposed to be. Now, because the speaker on their side, it has impeded the work of the majority block, because they don't have speaker there. Though they get a majority, but they don't have the speaker. The last time I was explaining to you people here that one group has the power but does not have the authority, and one group has the authority but don't have the power. And I told you that. I told you that the speaker has the authority, but he doesn't have the power to do business. I told you the majority get the power, but they don't have the authority to do business. Isn't that what the Supreme Court just said? Now, what kind of quorum you can have? Article 49 say the speaker every 6 years they get one. He is the presiding, and if you're not there, that the deputy. So everything you did. So the court said here finally, wherefore and in view, which of course we close the chapter with A here tonight. Wherefore and in view. Yeah, the court not say anything. The court says something. So you say wherefore in view. The court said wherefore in view. The court now explain everything here. They say that they say, oh, now what they call. They say any sitting or actions by members of the legislature not in conformity with the intent of Article 33 and 49 of the Constitution are ultra vires. Hence, members of the House of Representatives are to conduct themselves accordingly. So, majority block, you conduct yourself accordingly. Kofa is not rejecting it. Kofa is saying, you'll come, you'll bring your issues, I will leave the seat, we'll have it done, and then you will take your votes. You'll take me out. Let us do it the right way. This is our country. Anything we'll do, let us do it the right way. That's all Kofa is saying. Kofa not saying you're not get no. Kofa saying you'll come. If you bring your issue, then Kofa stay against it. Say I will not allow it. At that point now, then we start having problem with Kofa. Because the law is that these people should have their right to express their issues. So your quorum is not a quorum. Majority block without the speaker. That's what the court said. Say you're confused. The court not say anything than what the court said, yeah? So we are back to where we had been. All the actions you took, ultra vires. What does it mean, ultra vires? This is it. Ultra vires. There's a legal definition of it. Ultra vires is a Latin phrase meaning beyond the powers. You're using what you call beyond your powers. Right? They say ultra vires pleaded means an action by the company or this agent that exceeds the legal scope of the authority. That does not give you the legal backing. That's what they're trying to say here. The scope of authority is granted by the law, the constitution, statutes. Anything outside of that is ultra vires. Then they get something they call intra vires. Intra vires is done in line with the laws. So those are one issue, right? So they say government can engage in ultra vires activities as well. When referring to acts of the government body, I say, look, the government is supposed to do, they will go to the it's not in line with the law. Now, what do you mean ultra vires? So all the sitting that you're doing down there is exactly outside of the law. That's what the court said. So all we can say is democracy has won. And we know it will be a difficult thing. And we don't want to say our brothers on the other side, whatever it is, they were waiting. And now the ruling has come up. It's not about showing any power. It could be your political power that you can show. But you're thinking about the best interest of the country. Because this has now pushed the executive If the executive present any budget to that group setting is ultra virus. So the executive cannot do business with them. They can do business with Fonati, but Fonati will not have the power to execute on the business that they have given to Fonati because he does not have the numbers. So it's upon Fonati to go and do that, to get the numbers. If they presented a budget to Fonati, they will be right. That's the right place for them to send it to him. He is still the speaker, he is still the presiding. But can Fonati effect on our budget for them? It is not up to them to do that. Then they just send it to Fonati and say we send it to Fonati. Those guys know what to do, and Fonati now knows what to do. That's the only part the code left. Fonati will not be able to do this for you because the code did not explain. Did not explain as to how we go and force people to go do things. Because by doing that, the separation of power, we can't be telling another branch go do they want. No, we can't do that. So that is where the politics comes in now. All that noise they were causing, but legality comes first because every politician or whatever they are guided by rules. Those rules are laws. Those laws are what we call legality. So when you say politics, they think are political laws. Thanks so much, and let's get to the lines. Interact with you. Those of you who've been playing your cash giveaway, I'm doing the final draws here tonight. And we are certainly getting there, and with God, all things are possible. So we are certainly getting there. So there is it right here, folks. We are getting there, and I'm going to call some of you up as I'm picking the calls here tonight. Call us. Thanks to Omen Samson and team for a great deal of partnership with this program. So, Omen Samson, your question you asked me as to what of Fonati, what do people know? Now we think for sure the code said, so even if Fonati were to pray for rid of McDermott, no, he can't hold the code, will not give that as well. Fonati has to use his political power to talk to his friends, convince them and say, look, gentlemen, let us just put this thing behind us. We are a stalemate. Nobody's a winner. And then so that we just go on. But today, the law is the law, and then in the court's opinion. That's all I intend to explain to you. People shouldn't lie to you and say the court are confused. The court now is confused about nothing. They don't leave any confusion. That's a lie. Those guys are sitting wrongly. Finish. Let's get to the first caller right here. Hello, how you doing?
Hello.
Boss man, you don't sit out the radio and be talking to me. Hello, how you doing?
Hey, boy. How are you, Abby?
Yeah, fine. Let's go on. Let's listen to you.
Thank you so much, Abby. Abby, this is David King.
Mm-hmm.
And I do join you from my residence this evening.
Mm-hmm.
You see, Abby, there are comprehension impediment in our country.
Mm-hmm.
And because a lot of our people, they do not comprehend, but you see, just that they go to programs and things when the speaker is speaking, because they saw or they heard one person clapping, they all clap. But what they only sitting there to clap for, they will not tell you. But because they saw everybody clapping, so they decided to join the people to clap. So when the law is very clear, the Supreme Court was very clear in our ruling, and the people wanted to that legality and that where they were at a couron they had. So it the Nangwe that speaker, Florentina speaker. Why would you allow to go and get the pointing part? This phone network that push all into the calamity that we find ourselves in, they continue to run with it. And there's notorious criminals called Central Waterspoon continue to mislead our people. But I don't know what is happening in some Liberians. Like I said to some of my friends, I said they play Joseph Waga when they go do medicine. They play him when the devil agent that he spoke with. That agent very strong. He should continue working with that agent because he's doing a lot of things in the country that could call for serious uprising against him. Where the people will get in the street and say, we don't want Joseph Boga today, but every Liberian has a just.
Okay, David, thank you so much. I don't know which one of my students did me like this. I don't really like what they really did. Look how they did my face. They can't be out that way again. All right, thank you so much, my brother, for your contribution. Hey, you see how the student did my face? You see, this student there, we go. You're going to take Joseph Boga face, you'll put it on my face in my own class. Yeah, hello, how you doing? Please go. Let's listen to you. Hello?
Yeah, good evening, Sergeant.
Please go on quickly.
The news about political slaughter in Burma, is even from the headquarters of the Mali Congress City. And let me appreciate you, Sergeant, for your legal education. There's a reason why we always, as a politician, turn on and listen to you. I was not surprised today into our little bit legally confused. But I said, no, why should I be confused when any person will come over and I will listen to him, he was interpret, you know, the party guys are running about the ashamed. They are interpreting straight because the Supreme Court is clear. It's telling you, go back to the law. The people quoted the Constitution. So why are they running where it's clear, it's interpreted, and you are legally interpreted to us? So I mean, I appreciate you, big brother, will always follow it. You are to it. There's a reason why you sacrifice, you point you went to school. You have
thank you, yeah, my brother. Let us learn to know the truth, and the truth shall set us free. Nobody can confuse anybody. I see confusion the Brother government to us here. I see nonsense they want to try. They will not hold. Hello, how you doing? Yeah, hello, how you doing?
This is Benson Ambassador.
Yeah, let's hear from you quickly.
All right, thank you very much. It's what we expected from the Supreme Court. I mean, they seriously want the good or the betterment of this country. But if you're coming to go different from what the law says, then of course you're coming to have the content. But we thank God they send them to the real chamber where they're supposed to go and do their normal business. So let them forget about their political difference and try to work with over and let them bring that issue on the table.
Yeah,
let
them bring that issues. Thank you so much for your contribution. I appreciate that. Let me get on, and we certainly getting there, and with God all things are possible. Yeah, how you doing? Please go on.
And I call you from Ghana's to be precise, Ghana's Junction.
Let's hear from you, please.
Yeah, my brother, this is my first time calling on this show. I want to tell very much for education every hearing. Because every hearing we just take the video. For me, I can just take the video and listen to you. So illegal, I take my radio and me go listen to it. So in my comment, they put a big boogie me and they say, hey, you going in class now? I say, yeah, I'm going in class. I say, I'm going in class. So I want to tell you, thank you very much. The rebel thing was done today. The rebel thing was done today. The thing will be praying the governor. I was happy today in the country. Because the problem there, you know, we can't continue violating the law, continue to violate the law. Come here, look, the next time the whole majority black men, the men will be said that but so that they were intending all the honor. So if you need a friend, so if you thank you very much for the time.
All right, thanks, boss, for your contribution. As soon as start calling,
keep the country safe. Thank you very much, my brother.
All right, my brother. Thank you. Hello, how you doing? The next caller, hello.
Yeah, Ebi, good afternoon.
Yeah, how you doing, boss? Go on, let's listen to you.
Yeah, this is Leo Swart from Minneapolis.
Yeah.
So, Ebi, you know, sometimes when we in the US rely on, I don't want to mention the group of guys like be on Spawn TV because I always tell people some of the reasons I don't listen to certain people in Liberia because of the internet today. The internet have made so many people relevant today in this world that they don't have nothing. Look, Ebi, imagine people like you, man, in a civilized society, how relevant you're gonna be. Because look, the way you break the news right now, right? How serious society journalists behave. Sorry to say this, maybe. So today I felt shame when I saw our journalists today, even a presentation, the way they appear, they close well, in that kind of fashion and manner, they make all the people take us serious. Most of our journalists in the formula appear like high school or journalist club. Appearance. Used to say the way they analyze things. Look how you break the thing down. Even if you lie to anybody said, it will be hard for the person to even argue you because you break it down like in classroom. I was listening to a gist of everything before even the ruling. I saw guys call themselves or panelists on Spoon Radio, Spoon TV, saying that based on this and that, the majority black only want a case. Look how you presented it. Who's gonna argue this? But guess what, Ebi? There are guys in the US when you go to them now to tell them that everybody go ahead your hair okay. So for that reason, me, I don't have anybody here in America here. I can't believe that most.
Wow, thank you. Thanks for your. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, my brother, for your contribution. Elo, how are you doing?
Hey, brother Ebi, how are you?
Yeah.
This is brother Leo.
Fine.
Hey, Abby, man. Again, thank you for the education, man. So listen, I just want to chip in here. I think the Constitution won today. The court did what they could, and kudos to them for interpreting the laws. I think Fanati Kofa got some work to do.
Yeah.
That is unifying, bringing his people on board.
Yeah.
My only attention I'm going to be paying to is Thomas Fowler. I want to see how he will proceed, how he's going to help Fanati to either, let bygone be bygone, and have to, because at the end of the day, the guys got to do the Liberian people work.
Right.
It be our people who don't know the law, and they say ignorance to the law is no excuse.
Yeah, it's no excuse.
That's where
so
people like you,
yeah.
That's where people like you come in to educate the layman, the people who don't know. But now with this Stanton guy that's interpreting, our people can only hear radio, but they will not go to the Constitution and read it. So the information that is so wrong that they are getting, it either send panic or it help them to make wrong decision in joining stupid people to cause chaos, my brother.
You're right.
So Stanton then got to find some kind of way to do the right thing, or they gotta be silencing our country.
But because Ejado said you went to a church mother who said that indeed you travel to America, it can be you travel. We just forced to say you're supposed to travel, but are you there?
Yeah.
Stanton have been lying to the people thinking that Fonati lost, so they will not accept this. The lies they've been doing, he have been lying about court dates, how they will rule tomorrow or this, that. All those lies have haunted them now, so they just got to live in it. That's so shame they are in there. So
that's so shame. But Fonati, like I said, he has his work cut out for him. But let me get other people to please tell baby, my Christmas home, my man. How you want me to?
You see that? See you, man. Oh, thank you. Hello, how you doing?
Hey, Abby, good afternoon or evening.
How you doing?
Oh, thank you. Okma from Minnesota. Thank you so much. I'm Rebecca. Abby, thank you for the education.
Yeah, Marvin.
Yeah, I was in Freedom Chat room this afternoon, and then I was sending that let me say that thanks and appreciation to you people, all the journalists that on the line, that teaching our people, teaching telling all the law got to be the law, how the law works and everything in our country, our old people, everybody. Like Eddie, you guys, I know the administration, or let's say the millennium, you guys really giving us the education, because some of us we didn't even know our constitution, how it works in our country. But you guys stand on the air all the time teaching us, our old people. Look at the old man, and some of them when they come out to cut the law, I'm like, oh wow, because they listen to you people.
You're right.
And one of the things I tell people go on spoon to listen to spoon. I don't know. I can tell people my mind is not negative, Abby. So anything that is negative, I don't like to watch it.
You're right.
Especially be on the side of God. Yeah, what the Bible tells us that what you think, the way you think that the kind of person you are, you understand me? So the kind of thing that you listen to, you will follow it. Local school, they're kind of corresponding with Mason in Bikino. When Sadio said that, I think when they went to, you see what it did? And then few times again, if I'm not mistaken, they went in Maryland, in a market again. And don't women then disgrace that boy again. They told them, say, your spoon people, you can lie. This man is screaming out. Even the law is the law, but I got one question before I leave you, my son. Okay, the question here is, since the Supreme Court had ruled for the country, and the people still refuse to go, you think that the citizen got right to march to Capitol Hill and tell the person, our districts are vacant? So we need an election?
No, what will now happen? What will say Fonati needs to strive. But if Fonati strives and still holds on to his men and the guys continue on where they are, you remember during the course of the war, the warring faction leaders did not want to find peace at all. It had to be the citizens pushing them into it. So the citizens can take other actions that could be also political as well, because every other action now rests with politics. The citizen can take political action, and political action can be action. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for the teaching, Papa.
Yeah.
Thank you, my son.
Yeah.
Thank you. God bless you.
They can take any political action. And citizens, political action, and a political action, You know what I got political action. Hello, how are you doing?
Yeah, Teacher Blessing. I been missing you. My food getting me hard now, Teacher Blessing. I'm going to say you not Teacher Blessing.
Oh, no.
Hello, Brother Eddie.
Yeah, I
Hey,
know.
Brother Eddie. See, that was the I don't know that any. Whoa. You know what, Teacher Eddie, Teacher Blessing, rather. We are getting there. I'm just going to take it today. At least, go on, you be going to the capital. I was going to get there. I said, leave my talent, let me to my victory. We take God, thank you. I'm so happy because the Constitution rule and the Constitution, if I say we are stubborn, but the Constitution is taking a case now in la pro. We just step for thinking. No, I get salute to my sister, my interest, and you. I tell her, thank you. And God will do more to come. And teacher Blessing, I want to know what was the celebration because we must.
All right, thank you. We're trying to share that with you. I think he's listening. Yeah, we'll share that. We'll share that with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Teacher Blessing, you know what? They do my protest. I don't want to fly on citizen legislature.
Okay.
Constitution broker. Like when I met.
I see. Thank you. So we can hold you at that. Thank you so much for your contribution. We appreciate that. The law is the law. I don't care how you turn the law around. It has said itself and it's done. And the good thing about it, all of the justices signed. No disagreement. They were all in one accord, contrary to the lies that was put out by criminal Stanton Waterspoon and his network. All right. So that is it right here on this die. Hello, how you doing?
Hello, Eddie, my son.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I let you go. When you not get my blessing, I will not let you go. My son, Eddie. So you not get my blessing. You know, I want you to learn it from you, Eddie. Your sister said, bro, learn it from you.
I know.
On the sister, I say now, they say, hey, our sister not eat the labor of her food. They charge boy, they put our sister, boy. Today, God, baby, let God bless you.
Thank God.
So when they post it, they say, oh, they post it, they all want to I know, Coco, I say, I look back or Coco, I saw you, Catabo, get it on a cable. Who I said, only can put him or Cato or look at shameless in body. Also, after the full rule, they put out rule at all. They not rule at all, nothing was going on. They put out rule, lie to all, but to come, they explain it to all. Baby, let God bless you.
Thank God.
But I think we'll call it a
yeah. You see, Koga, anyway, let's leave that one. You know that be better. But let me ask you a question. If you are at your house and you are the mother of the house like you are now, and your children then went they gather somewhere else, and the people said that you are still the mother of the house. Your children then the gathering, their gathering is not okay enough for them to go and sell any property unless the mother is there. In that case, are they forcing you to go join your children, or they telling the children and say, go to your man and get your man first before you can do anything?
No, they will not for me to join my children. Tell the children go to your man. Go to your mother because they say go to
before your man, you can't do anything. Your man is still your man. Before your man, you can't do anything.
Yeah, tell the children go telling us what they say to go to school. Before you have to prepare color. You have to prepare color in classes. They were telling that when the people when they go to start the property apart. So then they go to the house of them and say nothing they can say to us. Because they all criminal without food. But we can listen to them because they can walk out to tell us to party. But I can't get what to the park and not today. To the park, I will tell you so you are a criminal. You can learn. Don't be worried.
No, he's a criminal. For you to say he's a criminal, so you're making it double, you know, that double negative, a triple negative test. Don't be remember already criminal. The man named me criminal. Thanks so much, man, CC. Let me get on to William Bro quickly. Bro, let's hear from you, my brother.
Hello,
bro. Let's listen to you. I'm about to call my fantastic. They can't be on now way on the show again because the way somebody told you that Bogafi and can't put it on my face, just to say I real. I'm waiting again.
Am I talking to AB?
Yeah, you're talking to AB. Go ahead.
Yeah, my brother. Thank you so much. I'm calling from Iowa, Des Moines, USA.
Okay.
Thank you so much for you know, the stuff the ruling from the court. When I saw all the jubilation going on around Facebook, I only wanted that ruling. And the moment I read it, I understood. AB, let me be very frank with you. If our society was a literate society, bro, Buffon sitting in the house, that wouldn't have been elected there.
You're right.
It's a disgrace to us.
Right.
And then we fail to invest in education even at this point.
Yeah.
See what is happening to us. It's a shame. Maybe if you look around in the neighboring countries, you go to Ghana, you think you will find people like this? You think we'll real discussion?
You see the kind of people.
Yeah. My brother, thank you. Thank you so much. May God continue to bless you and your family.
You yourself ready and you understand. You see
I'm ready the moment
done for you.
We lack critical thinking.
Yeah.
People, not everybody who read will understand.
Who have been criminal throughout your life can't deceive you, then you pass here around without a useless door. Hello, how you doing? Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Boss,
yeah,
no, let's hear from you quickly, please.
All right, Obi, thank you so much. So, I mean, some of us who follow from the same, matter of fact, I'm Aki and I call you from London.
Okay.
So, I just want to appreciate you because many people expected the Supreme Court ruling to be, oh, majority block you wrong, for nothing you right. No, we all know that the Supreme Court don't rule that way. The Supreme Court rule in a way that they want to test the IQ of the Liberian people. And I like your interpretation because it strengthens Liberian IQ to tell people that there was a ruling. The ruling was very clear to say anything that doesn't follow what the Constitution says, specifically Article 33 and 49, is something that's considered unlawful. In fact, I see people trying to misinterpret the ultra virus. Ultra virus even increase the offense of the 43 renegades, the 43 rebels, because it says their action is not legal. In fact, it's overstepped their bound. So I just called to now. I don't want to oversay what people already said to you, but I mean, I just called to
thank you, boss, for your contribution. I appreciate that. Let me get on to Mr. Brown. I get into my fantastic winners now tonight, and I always give them some 15 minutes. Yeah, when I'm done with the course. Hello, how you doing?
Hello, Ebi, how you doing?
Let's hear from you quickly a minute, Musa Brown. How's everything, boss?
I'm good, my man. Merry Christmas. Have a blessed New Year.
Cheers, boss.
Okay. You know, Ebi, it is so disheartening to see people who will sit down claiming to be educated people, and then they start to say something when they are interpreting the law, the Constitution of our country. They try to divert it to their own feelings. And the Constitution is not about what you think, it's about what the law says. If our old man then, who have not gone to school, will understand what the law just said, maybe the Supreme Court says, if you want to do anything, do it in line. That's a simple analogy. Anything you want to do it in line of Article 33 and Article 49. Yeah, they don't say don't. They said don't move it, man, but do it in line. Simple. Our country will do it the way they play the other law say. Do it the way the other law say. But also there's something when you listen to Spoon Network, even their reporters are contradicting, fooling our people. And it's so disheartening.
Anyway,
this is about our country.
Thank you, Moose, for your contribution. And I'm trying to round up my fantastic people here tonight. Hello, how are you doing? Let's get on. And
hello, Ebi.
Yeah, hello, how are you doing, boss?
This is Man of Faith again. I told you the other day, but there's not an issue about they will die in the hostel. This one I'm telling you, these guys, the community Nikapun, they will be very careful with anybody who do law and go to school that serve in a house. But I will tell y'all who doing law, y'all get ready to take over our country. Because the community Nikapun there, they disturbing us. Y'all need to get ready. Community Nikapun, look at one less, Taylor. I don't play for him. And I bring project police to people there to disturb the country. And they last to it. But tell Hassan Benite, I don't know him, he don't know me. I'm a Sisa Kiti man, but I work in Nima.
Okay.
I want him to stand up, to run, because he bringing light to Nima for that representative. That Koga or Oka, he will not get it. If that what they care I want to pay for, they will not get it. So I'm coming for a campaign.
All right, man.
Please give my number to me.
Thank you. Okay, man of it. We got that. Hello, how you doing? Joseph Corley, quickly. Hello.
Yeah, how you doing, brother AB?
I'm fine, boss.
Oh, man, God bless you, man. You're doing well because, you know, that see you planting and the Liberian people will reap it because it's good. The education you're giving every day, every one of you that are on the front line, you guys are on the front line for the Liberian people, for even us that are in the diaspora. I don't have to say much, brother. God bless you. For every day you're taking the time to educate all of them. Our old man, even the one in the market selling better body, learning from you every day. God bless you, brother. And before I close, I would love.
Thank you, my brother Joseph Corley. Hello, how you doing? Quickly, community decompose. Where you take that word from? Hello, how you doing?
Hello, teacher light. This is William Bro.
William Bro, let's hear from you, Chief.
My brother, thank you so much. Today, when the ruling came out in less than 10 minutes, someone sent something to me. I read it. When I went on Facebook, I seen some people talking different things. Then I go back again, I read it. Then I call somebody, I said, but wait, now they think I'm reading a different one, or the other people then get different things. Yeah, it be our country gets serious problem.
Serious problem.
Because they think that the Supreme Court wrote, AB, or real non-grade student who can read clearly can understand how to.
Yeah, the people interpreted it.
The people made it thing clear. It's very, very clear. But then I seen people still defending. Can you imagine, AB? I see why our country like that. Because the mentality of the human being. Because if your mind not developed, the country cannot develop. The country that the tree, that the ground. It can't build itself as a human being, and when the mind is built, then the country will be built. Can you imagine? So sometimes I can be thinking, are they doing it intentionally or that ignorant?
Right.
Then I went back again to Google search and say that truth, the people talk. Because I can be ashamed to talk that thing out in public to say Labrador is the second low IQ people in the world. Then I true. Because I can be ashamed to talk that kind of thing because when I talk, including myself.
But well, Chief, if you can see our country at this level, where the best and educated people who claim that when they come in power, they see how they're conducting themselves. You stay surprised? Are you still surprised?
Maybe the thing can shock me.
These are the best people who said they were educated in this country. They gave them government in 1 year. They have crumbled. They don't even know where to start, how to proceed, or whatever. Then you speaking, man, you shouldn't be surprised, William Bro. This is exactly who we are.
The thing are three sheet. The first sheet explain about the pattern. How they come into the second sheet explain about laws that will be attached to the people's decision. The last sheet just talk about the people's decision. And they chunk it to you that how the thing was spread. And then yet the people who Mr. Bokeh and Madam Bokeh then when can speak in their noses cannot still understand it one. I give up on Liberia, yeah. I give up. That our country not easy. What it be? Are we normal people?
But William Bro, how can one be normal when somebody will leave his or her house, go to an attire center, only to talk, then you get one fuller guy there serving them and getting a business and growing on a daily basis, and then they are doing the talking, and the man is getting developed from their talking. The man is serving them attire. The man is serving them, and they are buying milk from him. That all their own, they're spending their money and just talking. And that man, in no time, that man is building shop. That man will get stole from just their talking. What's the Chief, bro?
That is different between being literate and being educated. Like, bro, you get plenty of literate people, but they are not educated. Like, thank you, Abby, for educating the people.
And,
because
country, we just wake up and go be passing around and whatever it is. Victor, let me hear from you quickly, then I just speak and I feel now, and then we'll close and in no time. Hello, how are you doing?
Yeah, I doing AB.
Yeah, fine. Let's hear from you quickly, please.
Yeah, maybe you one of those guys I've been respecting from the time you're with QFM. Well, yeah. And at that time, we all were in Zion when I graduated from Zion.
You were in Zion?
Yeah, I graduated from the criminal justice department.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah. The point about people in our country, as the brother said, in the long run, that whole hall will be occupied by lawyers. People just had the opportunity to ascend to leadership based on sympathy. And these guys are misleading our people. And people in Liberia, more especially in the US, sit over there and listen to people like Waterspoon, who is a criminal.
Look at person like you. You think you got to be a lawyer before you think the way you're thinking? Let us not tie it to lawyers. Look at men like you're thinking. Look at the way you're thinking. Your thoughts process. Do you have to be a lawyer before you think the way you're thinking? It's just a bunch of people. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
And the point is, you see, the Constitution is right there. And what is very unfortunate for people who call themselves Christian to do the wrong thing. And the Constitution is like taking portion what is in the Bible, that what people put in the Constitution right there. Do the right thing. Do the right thing. If you say you hate Peter Paul, do the right thing and let Peter Paul be removed.
Yeah, finish. Nobody say you will not go there.
Yeah, it's so shit. As the brother said, I'm waiting for people like Thomas Farah. Why will face be to sit in front of Kuri today? The Liberians need to know the right thing need to be done. Thank you, AB, for your great job. Only God alone. And one of those guys I never like him, be friend. Which is Yeke Korba. I never like Yeke Korba. But Yeke Korba is one of those guys. His thing is gone. Yeke Korba is from the one he speaks the truth. You get me?
You're right.
And I respect him for
his
that.
Approach towards that.
I respect
Yeah.
Yeke Korba approach or independent candidate to stay with Kofa because of the law. I respect him. And God will bless you guys. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome, my brother Victor. Thank you. And so we can close on the causing segment. And I will tell you people something. And before we can close, recently when Yeke Koluba met with the president, I know you just saw a handshake, right? That was not just all. The president had a great deal of respect for his wife and whatever Yeke may have said about his wife. So the president had to say, Yeke, before we can go on with any conversation, you should first of all be able to apologize to my wife. She's not a politician. She's not involved with our politics, not about me, and so forth. And when Yeke went down on his knees and said, please call my mom, let me apologize to her. Yeke did that. And I want to you people that.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. Thank you, my brother. Hello, how you doing?
Baby.
Yeah, let's hear from you, Connor, quickly. Baby.
Good evening, my dear brother. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for the show. And let me just say kudo for the Supreme Court and for every Liberians who are praying for the thing. I think it be quite different. You have mentioned it for a while. This order speaker removal, a majority of the citizens rate of Liberia is not in favor in. So they quote unquote, look, hey man, I don't know, man. You guys says yes. What you gotta do? Look, come back. Because if anything continues like that, there'll be a problem. And not let snow, and not let Talo want people 2 issues. So people like people hear corruption already. When they hear corruption, they hate it.
They get vexed. Yeah.
So they say go. Yeah, they get vexed. But then 1 year you can't prove nothing. So they put in favor A. So my people, you come back and get your 49 and sit on the make gavel. Like you said, if the man refuse now to recuse himself now, then I will say we'll call a point and I say, my man, you got to step aside and go through the investigation. That's all, brother. That's all. You come back, your leave from RFJ. It will not help. There are people suffering. The people are suffering. You come back to the place and then you say that because if it keep on the everybody get an equal, we'll not go nowhere. We're not going nowhere. I just call it on the both side, like the speaker said today. Hey, nobody win. The law win. They'll come back together in the chamber and solve our problem there. I think that's the best place. Thank you, Evie.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that, and I really, really appreciate all of your calls here tonight. I must say you are brilliant people. And not that because you follow us, so we just think that we want to praise you. No, we don't just rain praises on people. We think that you people are brilliant people and you love your country so much. That takes sentiments out of it. Forget about you Unity Party pressing or you CDC pressing or whatever. Let's put the country first. These politicians will come and go and will stay. Hello, how you doing? Boss man, what's up? Hello, Abraham.
Hello?
Here. Hello?
Hello?
Boss man, you gotta speak louder. I'm calling you. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, are you getting me?
Hello?
Boss man, are you getting me?
Hello?
Okay. So I will call you back if I can. Let me see whether I can get you back to you. Sorry. Hello? You getting me? You getting me now?
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, you getting me now?
Hello?
Boss man, are you getting me?
Hello?
Okay. So sorry. I tried calling you and you there doing hello. And so you see some of the problems that we're gonna be talking about. Several persons here. I don't have the time and I have to get going home. Yeah, it's a serious thing for me. And plenty of people here to call. You see there? So, and I have to get going home. I can't just continue with everybody like that. So I want to say thanks to all those who listen. And you can go and play the show again and listen again. Take that entire thing, read it again, because I did read it. And I read the entire thing again. Don't be carried away by people. They are liars out there. You know them. They are liars. I'm not saying dismiss everything they say. But whenever they say one truth, verify that truth thoroughly. And that's important.
Hello.
Yeah, how you doing? Please go away from that radio. I hear myself. How you doing? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hello. How you doing?
Hello?
Hello, are you getting me? Are you getting me?
Jesus.
Yeah?
Hello?
Yeah, hello, are you getting me? Okay. Hello, are you getting me? How's everything? How's everything?
I'm fine. I'm good.
All right, no problem. What's your name?
I'm Beno Bena.
Beno. You been listening to the show?
Yes, sir.
You play the Friday jackpot?
Yes.
Beno Bena. Okay, Beno. I want to cover location this time because the thing I can tell you, I want anybody to locate you. Whenever one should hear you. How many times you played?
I played 2 times.
2 times. Wow. And you play and won before?
I have not win yet. I try to say my last. They don't play my last. Yeah.
You said the name again?
Beno Bena.
Beno Bena. And your number, the last 3 digits of your number is what? What?
05528.
I say call your number before somebody can get you hard time. I said the last 3 digits. Eh?
33.
Oh, okay, no problem. I got it now. Congratulations, you won 20,000. All right, and all right, so let me get to the first person. I think I did them wrong because the same way Beno struggled, and to have had it is Sunday off. You know, my great guys here, I enjoy them so much. Sam Andrews, Asa boy, we are silver. I can enjoy the guy. You so laughter. Hello, how you doing?
Yeah, good evening. How you doing, sir?
I'm fine. How's everything? Your name?
I'm George Kano.
Josh?
Yes, sir.
I know you're getting me now. Yeah, you played the Friday jackpot.
Yes, sir. Just the evening.
How many times you played?
I played 4 times.
4 times. You ever play and won before?
From Freedom Heaven, I've been playing.
Wow. Thanks for your consistency anyway. And it has paid off. And I think God is there with you tonight. Congratulations. You said the name again?
George Canoli.
George Canoli. I like the last name, man. Great name. Is it a Liberian name or?
From Grand Cape, North County.
Canoli? The Canolis are from. Okay, no problem. Fine name. Congratulations, Canoli. And you won 20,000 finally.
Thank you. Yes.
All right, George Canoli. Yeah. Thank you. All right, great. George Canoli got it, and that's what it is. I had to go back to him to call him again, and then we are going on the. So George Canoli and that of my sister, your numbers will be hit, and they will hit your number with them right now. So that is it right here on this dial. We are certainly getting there, and with God, all things are possible. With God, all things are possible. So we'll certainly get there. And so, like I said, we are here. We are appealing to the guys on the other side. Let us all work in the interest of the country. Nobody is the winner. The law is the winner. And we are asking on you all to just respect the law. Even if you don't want to listen to us, to agree to have Fonati as your speaker, you just go in the chambers and do what you can do there. Sitting under his gavel does not mean that he's going to remain under his gavel. You are going there only in accordance with the law, and in the end, you are going to take your decision to take that gavel from Fonati Kofa. That's doing the best interest of the country. So no one is a winner, and we think for sure it's not about flexing muscles. You were nobody until the people put you there. So for the sake of the very people, try to go there and let us work for the interest of the country. Put your demands and everything forth. God is there and God will guide us all. So we certainly get in there. So that's what I'm appealing to you people. It's no longer about, we are only saying how are you doing wrong. And now that the code has affirmed it, we are not saying that you guys do whatever. And we can all come together now and work for the interest of our country. I have to get going here. I'm calling some of you, you're not picking. You have to pick, please. You have to really, really pick. And I think it will be good for all of us, for us to do what we can for our country. For me, I always said it. I always said it, and we got to do it for the sake of our country. This time, not about flexing muscles. My brother James Kohler, Eva Kokolo Jones, the rest of the other people that I know you're good, you're please let us try our best and put this behind us and forge ahead. Hello, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, boss man, your name, yeah?
I'm Wilson Harris, but I play on my web.
Okay, what's the name to your wife's number?
Rebecca Harris.
Rebecca, oh, okay, that's good. How many times you played tonight, Chief?
I played 3 times.
3 times, and you ever play on one before?
No. I really play on my own number, but I will tell me my number few, but I can get my money back. Wow.
All right, congratulations. Finally play with your wife's number, Miss Harris. And so you got 20,000. Congratulations.
Wow!
So your part can start balling. Thank you.
Yeah, my power ball.
Oh boy, it has started balling already. What's the name again?
Thank you very much.
What's the name again?
Rebecca Harris.
Okay, Rebecca Harris. And you got it? Yeah, Rebecca Harris. Yeah, he still celebrates. I like to see people. I like to hear celebration for people. It's 840. Yeah, 1840. So let me see. I have to get going. Some of you I'm calling, and the guys will call you behind the scene. As you can hear me having conversation with him, he will call you after I shall have left, because we have to get going. And God is wonderful. We think we are good. So God is there, and God is guiding us all. So we will certainly get there, and we will get there. With God, all things are possible. So let me see here quickly. I have to get going, like I'm telling you. I'm still appealing to you people, the coon or whatever it is. Let's put the country first. That's what it's about. Even in the great United States of America, for the interest of the country, you can have bipartisan approach to us on issues. Yeah, how are you doing? Your name, please. George, yeah? Oh, George Human. That's it. And you play the jackpot tonight.
Exactly.
How many times you play, Georgie?
Yes, I've been playing for a long while.
Yeah, but how many times you play tonight? How many times you play tonight?
Today I won't play 1 time.
Ah, man, because you are tired now.
I'm tired now. I cannot give my money too much.
Georgie. All right, George, no problem. That the name I assigned to this number?
Exactly.
You said the name again?
George Zuma.
George Zuma.
Zuma, yeah.
Okay, Zuma, yeah, George. So congratulations, finally, at least. And they've been eating it. Now you can eat some back. Congratulations, you won 20,000, George.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Congratulations, man. Yeah, finally. It's possible, George. Never give up in life. That's what it means. Never give up in life. You have to keep moving. Yeah. Yeah, never give up in life. Even what happen, just leave that one there. Never give up in life. So that's it. And the rest of the other persons, about 25 more persons will be called after I should have left. And because we can't call everybody up like that, we just want for you to confirm that people are winning. When I come here, I say I mean it. When I tell you about 50 persons will win, we mean it. When we say 100 persons will win, we mean it. We don't lie to you, and we'll never lie in this manner. We believe that the country is very tough and we have to expand it. Thanks so much to all of you for the time. Do have a pleasant night and have a pleasant weekend until we're back here